absent. Dr. Madonna is absent. Mr. Milano.
Here.
Mr. Peterson.
Here.
Mr. Petrella.
Here.
Mr. Woods.
Here.
And Chairman Tsai.
Here. I declare a quorum present. We have one public hearing scheduled for tonight. All testimony will be given under oath. At the hearing, there will be an opportunity for the public to offer testimony and to comment. Following the public hearings in these cases, our deliberations will be open to the public in the sense that all are invited to listen and to watch. The public, however, may not speak during our deliberations. The Unified Development Ordinance requires a prevailing vote by the majority of the members of the Community Development Commission for those matters that will be referred to the City Council for approval, and those matters on which the Community Development Commission will make the final decision. We ask the applicants here tonight to provide a general description of their proposals and give specific evidence to demonstrate that the applicant's proposal meets the standards of the Unified Development Ordinance for the relief requested. The burden is on the applicant to prove the case. With respect to others who wish to speak, you may give an opinion or present specific evidence as why you believe the applicant meets or fails to meet the standards for the relief requested. Finally, we'll strictly adhere to the schedule prepared for tonight's meeting. In the case of an applicant or an event you or your attorney have filed appearance as an objector, you'll be afforded sufficient time within to present your evidence. Whether you're a member of the public wishing to make a statement for the record or a witness testifying on behalf of the applicant or an objector, you will place under oath and begin by stating your name and address. If you're not presenting evidence on behalf of the applicant or an objector, your remarks will be taken after the applicant and those who filed an appearance of objector have presented all their evidence. You'll be subject to question by the Community Development Commission and the applicant or objector. To allow as many people as possible to be heard, if you're not an applicant or an objector, we would request that your remarks be limited to 5 minutes. If additional time is needed, the hearing will continue until the next available date. I will call this first matter before us this evening. The first matter is case number 13-SU1 is in regard to a petition by Sylvia and Joseph Tullo for the special use for a warehouse pursuant to Article 5, Chapter 17 of the Municipal Code of the City of Wooddale. Would the secretary please call the roll?
Mr. Milano.
Here.
Mr. Peterson.
Here.
Mr. Petrella.
Here.
Mr. Woods.
Here.
And Chairman Tsai.
Here. I declare a quorum present. Jennifer, please indicate when the notice of the hearing was published, as whether as secretary you have the certificates of publication from the newspaper.
Would you raise your right hand, state your name?
Jennifer Hennigan?
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes. I do have the certificate of publication. It was published in the Daily Herald on November 29th.
And it was the sign posted on the property of the dimensions and lettering of size and information required by the zoning code.
Yes, it was.
Is the petitioner present? Please allow yourself to be placed under oath and present information relative to the petition and standards set up by the Wooddale Unified Development Ordinance for the requested rezoning and variation. Both of these are going to testify, right?
Yes,
So
yes.
Marilyn will have to swear you in.
Would you like to step to the dais? Would each of you state your name, raise your right hand?
Joseph Tullo. Mark, would you go?
Do each of you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do. You want me to go
You're up.
first?
Yeah,
Okay.
give us a brief description.
Yeah, I have a tenant here who would like to rent the property, okay, at 365 East Irving. He is going to use it for, he stores lawnmowers and snowplows in there. And that's the extent of it. And I would say he would be in there, what, 2 days a week, 3 days, I mean, A month,
month, maybe.
yeah, if that. And, that's the only usage for the building.
Now, is it gonna be repairing,
No, strictly storage.
strictly storage?
Yes.
Well, I have talked to some of the neighbors, there's a residential area right behind you. They had two questions. One, they wanted to know if you're gonna be starting early in the morning, like 6 o'clock or, okay.
No.
And the other thing is, we're under the impression this is a landscape business. Were you having a dumpster out in the back for yard waste?
No.
Okay, that was the
No,
only
it's
questions
strictly
we had.
Storage of equipment as needed. I go by there and pick up the equipment or drop off equipment.
Yeah, but there's no testing it before you leave, No.
Right, that happened on one occasion, and I didn't realize that, it was that loud, so that is never.
Well, the
answered.
thing is, we got, I think the ordinance is you can't start before 7 o'clock in the
Oh,
morning.
no, that never happened before 7.
Oh, okay.
No.
I know, 'cause I have a cement mixer and, I have to wait till 7 o'clock before I.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. At 7, I'm still at home.
Okay. Is there any questions by anybody on the board?
Yeah, if we're storing snowplows there, and in the winter you need those snowplows, you
Yep.
gotta go in and get them.
Well,
What times are you gonna be
Explain
going
to
in
your
to do it?
flip-flop.
Well, I switch around before snow season, so I put away the landscaping equipment and take out the snow equipment. And the snow plows are permanently mounted on the truck throughout the season. Then in the spring, I'll take the snow plows off and get started for the landscaping again.
So you'll never be going in there like midnight to get a snowplow because it's snowing, or
Nope.
5 o'clock in the morning?
Nope. They're attached to the vehicles.
Is there any other questions? Mr. Peterson?
Would you be storing salt and ice melting materials in the building?
No, whatever I would have in there would be just for the parking lot that's up front.
Was there any other objections that we know of from the community?
Those were the only two questions
All right,
that
thank
were
you.
brought to my attention.
One other problem I do have is the notice sign that was out in front of the store is not totally visible. It's covered, there was another sign in front of it. So we don't know if all the people in the neighborhood actually seen it.
Well, being that we've already had a tenant, the last tenant that was in this building, we had a lot of input from the residents, and I think once the sign went up, the calls that I've got, they just want to know who it was. I think it was.
I'm just saying it wasn't that noticeable. I go by there 3 times a day and I didn't notice it.
Mr. Sec?
Well, that's, yeah, go ahead, Jennifer.
I would just like to add that we do send the notice by mail to everyone within 250 feet, so the immediate neighbors definitely are notified.
But there's supposed to be no obstruction in front of the sign, correct?
Correct.
There is an obstruction in front of the sign. It's a whole other sign in front of it. Personally, I think we should table it till next month to redo the sign so that it's clearly seen. We'll go down next month.
Well, if I interject, one of the, with the existing tenants that's in the front, he has limited parking, and to block it, it was in the front.
We understand that, but that's probably the most important thing we had out there right now, was that sign. For the people of the neighborhood, so that they could be here.
Well, could we leave the sign in front of the other, or whatever you would like?
You would have to move that sign in front of the sign that's there.
That'd be fine. I don't have a problem with
I would like to make a
It should-
motion that we table it till next month.
that.
Okay, I make the motion to defer it till next month.
Okay, we have a motion on the floor. Do we have a second?
I understand I understand where Dave's coming from, but I gotta be honest, personally, I have not driven by the area, so I can't confirm nor
nor deny if the sign was not there, but I would take Mr. Wood's word for truth. I mean, if it was obstructed, yeah.
Are you seconding?
Well, just for the matter of fact, just maybe to get the vote on the commission, I would second that motion.
Okay. We have a motion, a second, roll call, Marilyn?
Mr. Milano,
Wait a minute, is there any discussion on the motion?
the motion is to defer to next month. Mr. Peterson,
No.
Mr. Petrella,
Abstain?
Mr. Woods,
Yes.
and Chairman Tsai.
No.
You have three noes, one abstention, and one yes. To table the motion. Right.
Okay, being that that motion failed, I'd like to make a motion to approve this special use for warehouse pursuant to Article 5, Chapter 17 of the Municipal Code, City of Wooddale. Need a second?
I have one question. Mr. Tulo, are there going to be any kinds of chemicals stored in the building, like calcium chloride, something like that?
Absolutely not.
Right now,
Absolutely not.
there's maybe, a few bags of rock salt that are just used for the parking lot there.
So just to maintain the.
Just to
actual
maintain the
property.
property, yes.
There's a driveway in the back and it's paved.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Okay. We have motion second, roll call, Marilyn?
Okay, Mr. Milano. Mr. Peterson,
Yes.
Mr. Petrella,
Yes.
Mr. Woods,
No.
and Chairman Tsai.
Yes, motion carried.
Motion carries.
We don't have any objectors in the public there. Okay. Jennifer, do you have a staff recommendation of this petition?
Yes.
Well,
Keith, do you just want us to move on?
yeah.
Okay, for the record, staff did prepare a memo, which is submitted to the record in its entirety. Staff's recommendation was for approval of the requested special use, as the standards for special uses have been met.
Is there any questions for Ms. Hannigan? Hearing none, I entertain a motion to close this public hearing. Later in this meeting, the commission will commence deliberations on the petitioner's request. I need a motion and a second.
I'll motion.
I'll second it. Secretary, please call the roll.
May I just interject? That motion was to be made at the meeting following, rather than at the public hearing. The motion that you made is fine, but it should be
Yeah.
done at the meeting.
public- Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay. So the public hearing is closed.
The public hearing is closed, right?
Got it?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, well, we still gotta do a little more work on this thing. What's that? Oh, okay. Okay, the next item is the approval of minutes of September 16th, 2013. Need a motion to approve?
So moved.
I'll
Second.
Mr. Peterson is seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody else in favor? Oh,
I think everyone was
yeah.
here that said, yeah.
Okay, the report and recommendation on case number 13-SU1, 365 East Orion Park Road. Owners Sylvia and Joseph Tovillo have filed an application requesting approval of a special use for a warehouse pursuant to Article 5, Chapter 17 in the Municipal Code of the City of Wooddale. I'd like to make that in a form of motion. Need a second?
Seconded.
Roll call?
Mr. Milano? Mr. Peterson? Mr. Petrella?
Yes.
Mr. Woods? Chairman Tsai.
Yes, motion carried. There's no other business. The only thing I can say is I wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a joyous holiday. And I need a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
All in favor? Aye. Thank you.
Just so everyone knows, we will be having a January meeting